Hey guys, Andrethefarmer here, and today I'm going to do a grafting video. This is going to be a grafting tutorial, and it's going to be the most comprehensive grafting tutorial that I've ever done. I'm going to do it through my own eyes. So with these meta glasses, I'll be able to show you exactly what I'm doing step by step. But before we start grafting, let me explain what grafting is. So grafting is taking a part of one tree and putting it onto another tree. Now, all the time people ask me, why do you graft trees? There are multiple reasons to graft trees, but let me get through the most important ones. One, every time you buy a fruit tree at a nursery, whether it's a citrus tree or an avocado tree or a mango tree or an apple tree, those trees have already been grafted. Because the most important purpose or the most prevalent use of grafting is to create consistent, reliable fruit trees. So, let's say you plant a seed in the ground of an apple tree. You'll get an apple, but it won't be exactly like the apple seed that you planted or the fruit that you got the seed from. It will be slightly different because most fruits don't grow true to seed. And that just means that they don't grow an exact clone of the fruit that you originally had. This can be good and it can also be bad. Sometimes you can get varieties that are new, you can get varieties that taste better, you can also get varieties that are worse. And more often than not, when you plant a seed, you're probably gonna get a variety that's slightly worse than your original one, sometimes even a lot worse. And the worst thing that could happen is you wait 10 years to get a fruit from a seedling and have it be a fruit that you don't like or that's completely inedible. The next reason for grafting is suppose you don't have a lot of space and you want to have multiple fruits or multiple varieties of a fruit. If you have one fruit tree that you can put multiple varieties onto, then you don't need the space for multiple trees, especially for things like citrus, where you might want to have an orange, a lemon, a lime, a grapefruit. You can have all of that on just one tree. For me, I have a Frankenstein mango that I like to put different varieties of mangoes on it. Not because I don't have enough space, but just because I think it's cool to have a fruit tree with multiple fruits on it. As long as they're in the same family, those fruits can be grafted together, like plums or peaches. And each branch will not be a blend of the trees. It will actually just be whatever that tree branch came from. So if that branch came from a plum tree and it's on a peach, it's not going to taste like a mix between a plum and a peach. It will strictly be plums or peaches or whatever that branch is on the tree that it came from. Now, in order to graft, you have to have some tools. And I'm going to show you everything that you need to start grafting. First thing is, you need a grafting knife. You need a really good, sharp grafting knife. Second, you need grafting tape. This is buddy tape. This stuff is amazing. The great thing about buddy tape is the new growth can grow right through the tape, so you never have to remove it. I also have a secondary, cheaper grafting tape that I use, and I pull this tight and use it as a string. You can use a rubber band, you can use a zip tie, you can use rope, anything that you can use to tie with, you can use. We also need our shears. You gotta have some good pruning shears. And to clean all of that, we need something to disinfect our tools. Retain spray is a great option. Now, you also wanna have a label and a pencil. You wanna have a label because if you do a lot of grafts, you're gonna forget where you put grafts, and pencil stays on plastic much longer than magic marker or Sharpies. So pencil's the way to go, all right? So the branch that we cut off of the tree to graft onto our rootstock is called the scion. So when we're looking for a scion, we're looking for a branch that looks like it's about to bud, like this one right here. And we're gonna go ahead and snip that right about here. And this is going to be our scion. So this scion is from a Sai-tung mango. So this branch going forward will produce only Sai-tung mangoes. First step, we remove all the leaves from our scion. With mangoes, it's pretty easy. Just give them a little pressure and they pop right off. Next step, we're gonna wrap our scion with our buddy tape. The buddy tape is great because you never have to remove it. All the new growth will grow right through the tape. So we wanna kind of pull it nice and tight, get it nice and thin, and a little bit goes a long way. It's a little expensive, but one roll will last you your whole life. There we go. And the reason we wrap this is so that it does not dry out. One of the main reasons why grafts fail It's due to moisture loss. Now this is what would be considered our rootstock. This is a Harvest Moon mango. It used to have 12 different varieties of mangoes on it, but the frost came and killed every exterior branch, so we had to start all over. And you can see I've done a bunch of grafts on this tree already, and we're gonna do one more. We're gonna go around the other side and try to find the ideal place to put this graft. Next step, we find a branch that has a similar diameter. That looks just about perfect right there. Snip that. To prep our scion for a wedge graft, we're gonna make a wedge. We're just gonna cut on both sides and cut it down to a wedge. And ideally, we wanna have a long wedge. Now the area right underneath the bark, that's the cambium. It's a light green area right under the bark. That's what's important. That's what we have to have line up between these two plants. So this is our branch that we're grafting onto. We're gonna go ahead and cut a groove right down the center here. Wind is picking up. And we're gonna insert our scion directly in there. You can see that fit on both sides. Now we can tie that up with, I like to use grafting tape. I just pull it tight and it becomes like a string. You can use actual string, you can use zip ties, you can use rubber bands, you can do whatever you like. As long as you can tie that up nice and tight, you'll be fine. Now, there are tools you can buy that cut like a U shape in one piece. It's like a pliers. Don't get that. It is a waste of money. It does not give you a nice, long, secure union like you do when you graft with an actual knife. So skip that tool if you can. This will definitely serve you much better than that. And now all we're gonna do is tie this up. And we have it secure. There we go. That's our graft. Now I like to also sort of wrap the whole thing just to make sure we don't get any moisture loss. I don't wrap the tip because the tip is the buddy tip and we never have to remove that. Now I did mention that we have to remove the tape or whatever we tied it with, but that's going to be once we've had 2 flushes of growth. And I'm going to explain to you what 2 flushes are. We have a perfect example right here. This is a branch that had a flush, and then you see there's a knot here, and then there's a second flush. So this is one that had 2 flushes. If this was my graft, right now I would untie the tie that was down here. Last but not least, don't forget the label. Guys, if you like that, hit the like button, subscribe, follow. Plenty more to come. All right, see you guys. Bye.